Okay, so the state of Indiana currently has a retention rate of 49 of all of its CIS majors, 38% retention rate of all of its biology majors, and only 33% of engineering students who graduate in the state of Indiana end up in the Indiana workforce. My name is Colton.
I'm Kaito.
I'm Zach.
And together we are DATIC, and we are going to, among many other things, attempt to mitigate this brain drain. So we took a look at the city of Evansville, and we were able to carve out 3 pain points. Our first one takes place in high school. Because we are a product of the system, we've been through it and we've experienced it firsthand. When it comes to preparing high schoolers for their next step towards graduation, the high schools themselves are inadequate. We then took a look at their local universities and colleges and were able to determine that they were struggling to improve their retention rate of their students, also improve their recruitment methods. Then we took a look at the municipality of Evansville itself and saw that they were struggling to create better economic development incentives and reduce that overall brain drain. So if you take a look up here on the screen, you can see a flow chart to help you visualize our business. Starting off in high school, we want to implement some interest surveys along with a planning platform that will help incentivize students to give us data or information that we are currently trying to acquire. And then we're going to move to colleges, and we're going to introduce an application that will go on the university homepage, much like the MyUSI app or Blackboard app is on the University of Southern Indiana's homepage. Now this app will take them to a platform that will allow them to have a pre-class social media network profile, along with a Rate My Professor with professor feedback, some personality surveys, and a multitude of other incentives that will help us gather the data we're interested in. And then we're going to start data mining or surveying local businesses and graduates of those universities to find out what degrees pertain to what careers and what careers are expanding in the certain universities. So if you take a look up here at the screen again, you can see that our organization has value between the high schools, colleges, and municipalities by analyzing this data, connecting those problems with our solutions, and making all this data accessible on one universal, all-inclusive platform. So for our solution here for high schoolers, we're going to help them better their students' planning for after graduation. This will help improve their overall ranking. For universities, we're going to help with our data. They'll be able to create better recruitment programs, and our app will help them retain their students or current students that are there. And then for municipalities, we're going to use predictive analytics, which is predicting future characteristics and trends to help them create better economic incentive. An example of this would be talking with the GAGE, which is the Growth Alliance for Greater Evansville. They often hold workshops to help prepare local students with lifelong skills. But one of the problems that they're having is they don't know what the local student population is interested in, so they're having trouble creating effective workshops, also recruiting students to these workshops. So we looked at this from an outside perspective, and we were able to see another problem or another solution per se. With our data, we could invite local business leaders to these workshops so that the students and the leaders can network, so when students do graduate, they'll be more likely to keep that talent here in the city of Evansville. I will now pass it off to Kaito to talk about our opportunity size.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about opportunity size of each target market. First of all, high school. Evansville Vanderbilt School Corporation nearly have 23,000 of students, and only 66% of students going to college right after their graduation. In the past, United States was a leader in quality and quantity of high school. However, right now, United States was ranked 36th around the world, and only 1/4 of students are ready for taking college classes. And let's move on to universities. Over 2 million students will graduate every single semester, and 1/3 of students they are changing their major at least once before earning their degree. And the institution spend 2% of annual budget on student recruitment. And American, 70% of American going to 4 years college. However, less than two-thirds of students will graduate. And finally, municipalities. As we mentioned at the beginning, brain drain causing serious problem in Indiana. This chart shows how many students remaining in the college, remaining in Indiana after they graduate college in Indiana. Therefore, it's clearly we have a lot of opportunity to solve this problem by providing our informative information. Okay, and differentiations value. Our values came from gathering a lot of real-time and geographical data that is also mappable, and our platform is all-inclusive. And as we compared one of our competitor, Tarify, which is personal data platform, that we are covering a broader target market, and then we will have more stakeholders.
And then I'm going to go ahead and talk about our business model. For our value proposition, we're going to have realistic data that is mappable, time-oriented, and all accessible on one platform. For our key activities, first we want to get our services to schools. We want to develop the app form, or the platform. We have to manage it, and we also have to start our data mining business. For our key resources, we're obviously going to need Kaito's platform. We're going to need admin, users, and then we need to analyze all the data that we obtain on the app. For our key metrics, short term, we want to just obtain data. We're going to start the beta testing and record the number of downloads, as well as track the number of survey responses that we get. For our intermediate, we're going to use that data for predictive analytics and for profit, and then start specific area searches. For long term, we want to be able to mitigate brain drain, better recruitment processes, and then also expand our area of searches or collecting data. For our customer relationships, we're going to have high school feedback from surveys, as well as business feedback from surveys. Also, economic developer meetings. For our customer channel, we're going to have the all-inclusive platform. We're also going to have social media profiles to where we can help get the word out, and also have economic development conferences. For our customer segments, we're going to have school boards like the USC, colleges like USI, and then economic developers. For our cost structure, we estimated that it'll be about $150,000 to build the platform, and roughly about $60,000 a year to manage all that data. And for our revenue streams, we'll be making money from economic developers, school boards, which is like the USC, colleges like USI, and then also eventually we'll have enough traffic on the app to where we can have advertisements. And now that I've shared our business model with you, 1 in 3 graduates from Indiana's public colleges left the state after they graduate. And those with the more advanced degrees were more likely to leave. This resulted in a significant net loss of human capital in Indiana, and this is why our service needs to help mitigate brain drain.